you know you're getting older when you start getting excited about appliances.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh, I've been there.
I've been there too. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Dress Down. I have a very special guest with me today, a dungeon master who's been recognized for his Critical Role cosplays, martial artist, and Gyarados and the Baby No Money Pokemon group, CentauriWest.
Yes, hello.
Welcome. Thank you for joining me today.
Of course.
How have you been doing post-gigantic Pokemon soiree?
Post giant chaotic chaotic meetup.
Mm-hmm.
I've been good. It's as somebody who's not a primarily cosplay for my income, it is a little weird being like, oh yes, my weekend is this gigantic, industry, nerd fandom get together with so many different people, and then Monday I go back to my little desk, my two monitors and my finance job, and I just sit there like,
how did we get here?
I'm like, in my head, I'm still thinking about Pokemon.
Yeah.
And here I am.
What a change of pace.
Yeah, here I'm calling customers and filling out worksheets and stuff. I'm like, what a dichotomy.
Yeah, but that's the post-con blues, right?
Yes.
That's what they say when you go to the con and you're having such a fun time with all your friends, being nerdy and crazy and drunk, and then you go back to your job the next day.
Normal life.
Yeah. Like, wait, I'm not ready for it to end yet.
Yeah. And that, though I do think sometimes you do need that recharge to be just kind of like exist for a little bit and just not dissociate necessarily, but let everything that happened over, the last 4 or 5 days or whenever really sink in and be like, okay, that did happen. And I'm not crazy.
Yeah, well, it's so fast-paced. Conventions, like, things are happening constantly. You wake up, you're getting ready as fast as you can. You rush downstairs. There's photos, there's content, there's people. You're saying hi to everybody. You're trying to get food eventually.
At some point, usually after.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
I say, as I was eating a pack of travel mini-sized Cheez-Its before we started, I realized I didn't eat today. Very convention-y experience.
Oh, yes.
Well, I know that you do a lot of D&D because we have some mutual friends that you DM'd for.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah. So did D&D come first for you, or did cosplay come first for you?
Cosplay, actually. So fantasy and nerd culture and like comics and thing I've always been into, right? Anime, all that stuff. And when I first got into cosplay, my last year of high school, junior year of high school, yes. When I first got into cosplay, I was more on this sci-fi sort of sphere. And then I randomly saw Critical Role, and it was just out, like random YouTube recommended, didn't have anything to do with it beforehand. And I was like, what is this weird thing where people are just talking to each other in a circle and laughing about it? And so I delved into that, and that was right during my undergrad era. So I delved into it and just tumbled in. So that kind of is what transitioned. And by that point, I've been cosplaying already. So that's eventually kind of there's a mix that kind of harmonizes, and everything came together very nicely. And that's how I met a lot of my friends now who do cosplay Critical Role. I less so now. My stuff has kind of shifted a little bit, but I still hold it very near and dear to my heart. And it's something that has allowed me to meet basically all my entire close friend group that I still talk to now is through cosplay and D&D. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
It's what cosplay is all about. I think I say it in every episode, but the community of finding your like found family and friends and all of that stuff, it really is a common theme, I'll say, as I interview a bunch of people about it. Yeah, that's awesome. When did you start cosplaying then? And what was your first cosplay that you made?
Ooh, okay. So dressing up specifically, I've done basically all my life. You know, I was always the kid that was like, Halloween's my favorite holiday. So I actually moved here. I was born here, but I grew up in Taiwan. So I moved back to America when I was in 5th grade. So when I came here, it was like everything was so new and it's so cool to me. So when I first started, you know, really delving into and growing up in Asia, right? I was never that far away from anime.
Yeah.
Right. Everything, everything was anime this, anime that. It was, Doraemon, it was Detective Conan, it was, Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, right? All of this, I mean, Ultraman, right? All of these things I grew up with. So it was actually a little bit weird for me to come to America and be like, oh, wait, that's not like, we're a little different here.
Yeah, everyone thinks it's little kid stuff here.
And also like everybody hears, oh yeah, Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, DC, Marvel, right? Star Wars, where it's like, oh, but it was for, 5th grade me, it was so cool to be like, oh wait, now it's a different thing. Like now, you have a lot of people who grew up with, the DC Marvel, comic sort of structure and fandom. And now as they're older, they got into anime and like anime is so cool to them. I'm like, I'm the reverse. I kind of came up the other way.
Okay.
So my first cosplay was actually from a web series from Bruce called Ruby.
Oh.
Yes.
I know Ruby.
Yes. That was my first official cosplay. And I was Professor Ozpin.
Nice.
And I remember very first official cosplay wore to Anime Expo 2014, 15, something like that, around that era. Before that, I mean, I did a Vocaloid thing in high school as well, but that was just for Halloween, my own thing. But yeah, cosplay first in Ruby, and then eventually moved into other fandoms from there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Speaking of Vocaloid, the fit is fitting. If you're not watching on YouTube and just listening, we have a full Vocaloid Miku fit on, including cyber ears, which are awesome.
Which can articulate as well.
So cool. Wait.
Yeah.
Stop. Transformers up there.
I know.
That's so cool.
I like to call it going to like sports mode, like
yes, sport mode.
Sport mode.
It's like when Ash puts his hat backwards.
When it's serious.
It's like shit's going down right now. That's so cool. Well, then obviously cosplay's been a part of your life for a really long time. That's about when I started as well. At least 10 years.
Yeah. Which is crazy to think about.
Right.
I'm like, oh, it's been that long.
Yeah, I know. I stopped counting at 10.
Yeah.
Now if I have to do a panel or I have to do anything, I say 10 plus years.
Yeah,
I'm not counting anymore.
Decade plus. Yeah, decade plus, and I figure out the rest in my own mind.
10 is the final number. It'll never go above 10.
Even when we're old and decrepit, it's still 10.
10 plus.
Technically not wrong.
10 plus. That's how I feel about birthdays as well. It's like 21 plus.
I feel like birthdays after what? Your last major milestone is what, 25? You can rent a car, or 20. After that's all downhill from there.
Your frontal lobe DLC downloads.
Yeah. 25, and then after that, just like 26. It kicked off health insurance, and it's all downhill from there.
And then it's all downhill from there. Yeah, when you have to start. Somebody told me that when I have to start checking the drop down menu, the one that starts with the 30s, it's like, I want to say 31 to like 45
when they're like,
or something like that.
Are you in?
Yeah. They're like, when you get there, it's all downhill. Everything's bad. Your knees hurt. Your back hurts.
One of my friends said this the other day, where it's you're getting older when you start getting excited about appliances.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh, I've been there.
I've been there too. New vacuum? Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Or like new crock pot, or like air fryer or something.
An air fryer.
And then I'm like, yeah.
I'm
there now.
What appliances are exciting to you right now?
I want a new air fryer.
You do?
Because we had one and then it got recalled, and then never got around to getting another one.
I see.
But it's so convenient.
It is so convenient.
I kind of want another one.
Yeah. I use it more than my microwave, I'd say. Yeah. Which is saying something because I don't cook and I be microwaving my food all the time. But that's besides the point. Anyway, So for cosplay, how would you say you've been doing it for 10 years, and it's obviously been a part of your life, a larger part of your life, especially considering that you're a part of these big groups now still. What would you say cosplay, how would you say cosplay has impacted your childhood and adulthood?
I think, I mean, it's a net positive, of course. Now, there's negatives to everything,
Sure.
and cosplay doesn't escape that. But I think, by and large, it's been a good thing. I think for a lot of the general public, let's say, there's an expectation of, as you grow older, you have to get like adulter things, right?
Sure.
You have to be excited. You like your social is, I don't know, going to the pub or whatever, which is not a bad thing by any means, or going to whatever it is, right? So this and that function, or a hiking, golfing, whatever, which is all good stuff. But I think what cosplay has allowed a lot of us to do is to keep a bit of the whimsy and that sort of enjoyment that a lot of people attribute to childlike attributes. But hey, listen, if that brings you joy and that's allowing you to live a more fulfilled life, then who the heck cares?
Yeah.
And it allowed me to still like the things that I like. And one thing that I am glad about, sort of in the last recent years, a lot of people, cosplay becoming and more mainstream, right? Anime and cosplay.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It's allowed, there is a part of me like, wish it had happened a little bit earlier, just so that I wouldn't have to be like,
Totally.
the kid that liked anime and all that, but also like it's so much easier to find people that likes the same thing you do now, and it's something that humans are social creatures, and I think that's something that a lot of us like, is the companionship and the friendship that cosplay also. Even with on the weekends, we're just silly little guys dressing up in our silly little costumes, going like do, in our colorful hair and going to conventions. But I think it allows for a vector of social communication and sort of that the contract of friendship and the bond, as a lot of anime say, the nakama, to really bond and feel like you belong in a place.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's very parallel to my experience as well. I was also the weird bullied kid growing up. I think we all were, which is what brings us closer together. I think there are obviously negatives to everything in all the different creative communities, but one thing I think that cosplay has consistently is a protectiveness about it, where people want everyone to be treated fairly and to have a good experience, and that is nice.
Yes.
Uplifting,
yes,
if
quite.
you will.
Yeah. Sometimes people are a little overzealous about it,
Sure,
but generally comes from a good place, which I can recognize. And and that's why for a lot of times when I see stuff going on and people arguing about this and that, discourse online is very common. I'm like, it's a little disheartening in the sense of like, I know everybody's coming from a good place, more or less. There's malicious actors and all that, but we won't get it. But more or less everybody's coming from a good place by and large, and that's kind of like, okay, I can see that at least.
I agree. So when you are making your cosplays, what do you generally like to cosplay from, and what materials do you like the best? I was saying earlier before we started that I am more of a armor foam type of crafter. I know some people are really big sewers, or some people do 3D printing. What would you say if you had a D&D stat sheet, if you will?
What am I expertise in?
Yeah, exactly.
Proficiencies. Definitely. I think I'm more in line with your group, right? Foam, props and things like that. Cool stuff. I would, I think sewing, people who sew, is the greatest black magic in the world to me.
So much respect. Me too.
And people like, I have so many friends who like, I need this really specific thing. Let me just go ahead and sew it real quick one night and get it done. I'm like, I can't do that.
No, I mean,
I never learned how to sew, and it terrifies me, to be frank. So I started with foam, EVA foam, and just doing that, as we all do, building armor and creating stuff like that. Recently, I've kind of basically gone into the 3D printing camp, like in my entirety, more or less, because that's, for me, it's the accessibility of it. I don't have a lot of time generally to build things, so it's great to have stuff being like, do this thing, forget about it for X amount of time, and then go back to it. And having that, I could be like, hey, print XYZ, and it'll be there for 4 hours or however long, and I can check up on it whenever. And my friends have been a great help for that.
I noticed you just said Zed, which is so funny to me because I have a lot of Canadian friends and we have the Z versus Z argument all the time, and I have to bring it up. Do you ever get shit for that? Do you ever?
No, I picked it up from, I don't know. I never used to say it. I should just say Z. But somewhere in the last like 2 or 3 years, I've started saying Z. Only and very specifically when I'm saying XYZ. In normal conversation, I still say Z. But when I need to say something that's like specific, I'll just say Z. And I don't know why. It's mystery to me, but I think it's fun.
It is fun. I've come to respect it because originally, whenever I would get into like the little bit fights with my friends, they pointed out to me that W is just as long and intrusive as Z, if not more so. And I was like, that touche, you do have a point, don't you?
You are not wrong.
So I shut the fuck up after that. But one thing that I won't let go is toque, though. Have you ever heard a beanie called a toque?
No.
In Canada, they call beanies toques, like TOUQUE, I think is how it's spelled. And so I won't let that one die. It's a beanie.
No, beanie.
Thanks. Yeah, Thanks for the validation.
I agree. I think,
fuck your toques.
we're fighting a war over this right now.
We're starting a war.
Beanie forever and only.
Down with toques. It's a beanie. Sorry, Canadians. Thanks for having my back.
You got it.
So you said that you have moved more into 3D printing. Do you have any cosplay plans for the future that you're working on right now that you're excited about?
Yeah, I have a lot of little idea running around in my noggin here, and I don't know if most of them are just like, kind of, the ADHD in me is like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this.
Yeah, I get that.
And I'm like, listen, we only have time to do like maybe 2 of these.
Right.
But so recently I've been on a cyberpunk sort of binge for 2-3 years now in a row. And that's where I did a shoot with my friends recently. We did Edge Runner shoot. So I was Kiwi, and my friends were Lucy and Rebecca, and we did like the cyberpunk girly shoot. And so that was fun. And I did, tactical cyberpunk looking fits before. In that vein, I've kind of pivoted back more on the sci. I started in sci-fi, went more in the fantasy side. Now I'm kind of back in the sci-fi era. Some random cosplays that I want to do in no particular order, and we'll see if 2026 lets me do any of these. I want to do a Bat Family with my friends.
Bat Family?
Yeah. So I specifically want to do Jason Todd, Red Hood.
Gotcha.
And we wanted to do the whole group, Signal, everybody, all the Robins, Nightwing, all of them. So we want to do that. But that's, and if I also want to do, so I love Mass Effect.
You're in good company.
Yeah,
I was just convincing my friend who's visiting here from Norway yesterday that they need to play
Mass Effect. I think it's first like long form RPG that I've played that wasn't like an anime, you know, type of thing. So yeah, Mass Effect, love it to death. I know it's very irrelevant, unfortunately, in a current sphere, but I really want to get a full crew together. You know, everybody. But the downside of Mass Effect cosplays is aliens and prosthetics.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that turns out, but I really want to build a full proper N7 set of armor.
Nice.
I did a kind of a janky one when I was younger, just with foam and stuff. I want to do a full one. I want to get crew together. I also, big Fallout fan, I want to build power armor. That's going to be a big journey, and I'm going to have to figure out a lot of logistics for that, because that's not going to be small and not going to be easy to walk around.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to be stomping around.
Yeah, you need a handler for that one, for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Fallout power armor.
Yeah, especially somebody who usually like goes to stuff solo.
Yeah.
Because everybody lives so far away from me, and that's generally speaking, so we don't, you know. So definitely something that I need to figure out logistically.
Yeah.
But I really want to do Mass Effect, really want to do Fallout. More Cyberpunk is always good. I'm excited for the new season of Edge Runners in some point in the future. I'm excited for that. Mass Effect, I think they're working on a show, I think. I heard.
Are they?
I think they are.
Ooh.
I don't know what it's going to be. I saw...
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, no, I'm tentatively optimistic about it. It's in some sort of production hell, I think, right now, but you know, it's Mass Effect. Because I saw a little bit ago some articles going around about like casting like rumors, like you know the rumors that kind of float around and maybe somebody's doing this. Normally, I don't put any substantial weight on them, but I think it's way more possible now with the success of Fallout.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Fallout's been so successful in its adaptation. I think a Mass Effect adaptation to a show format is so much more possible now.
It would be incredible as a show format. I agree. I hope that that's true. That would be sick. Yeah. I think Fallout and The Last of Us are the only two video game adaptations that
like made it big.
Did it? Yeah.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word.
Yeah.
There's been some rough ones.
Yeah. Well, the Halo one was a little rough.
I was gonna say Halo.
The Halo was. I liked visually. I think it was like visually it was
absolutely
great. But it's just the story was a little jank. I think I honestly. I said this before, and I think the Halo, like that show, if you took away Halo and just made it generic, I think it would have worked so much better.
That is my opinion as well. It's like 100%.
If you just put that as, you know, generic IP brand, sci-fi, whatever, make something up. It would have been a so much better rated show.
Yes.
But because you're fighting with the nostalgia and the legacy of the games, if you don't perfect it, you're screwed. Yeah,
my hot take for adaptations is you either have to do it one-to-one, perfect, or you have to take the universe and create a different story completely.
Yeah.
And I think Fallout was the second one.
Yeah, more
and
so,
The Last of Us was the first one, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it worked really well for both of them. But Halo, trying to take the story of the main character and then change it was really weird.
Yeah, because people are real protective of their you know of their heroes and their figures, and somebody like Master Chief, who is such an iconic, you know, pop culture figure. You know, when you start changing that, then it gets, you know, and it's not like, you know, comics where different authors have different ideas of, like, you know, this run of Superman or Superman Batman. Like, you only have the one Halo. There's never been a different Halo. So there's no precedent for it. So I think, like, I'm a big Star Wars fan, and I loved Andor. And I think, like, the Halo TV show would have done a lot, like you said, somewhere in a different universe, maybe like a different Spartan team, or like maybe like a Band of Brothers style, like on the ground, you know, Marines fighting type stuff. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Like for Mass Effect, they're probably not going to do this, but I really wanted a good And if there is, I just haven't seen it yet, so I apologize. Anybody who's seen a show like this, I'm just uninformed. But I want a show, Mass Effect, because I think it fits it like almost like a sci-fi Game of Thrones type of thing, where it's like, because you don't, you when you play Mass Effect, a big part of the game is the like political, struggle between humanity and the Citadel and the aliens and the essentially monopoly that the big three have, the Turian Solarians, that they have. And and then you have the Quarians and the Korrigans and all these, the Genophage, right? The Geth. I think there's so much potential for like a good like Game of Thrones style, like political, or like that type of thing, where it's like there's like sneaky stuff in the background. I would love to see like more Spectre, So that's kind of the thing I want a Mass Effect show to be. I don't. Maybe they won't. Maybe they will. I don't know. But I like that kind of thing.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah,
that would be so sick.
Yeah.
What? Who's your favorite character in Mass Effect, or like top three?
Top three. Okay.
It's hard to pick.
Yeah, it's hard to pick. I'm a fan of people for different reasons. I like Liara for specifically like, pretty blue alien woman, A of all, but also B, I loved watching the sort of growth of like this naive young archaeologist, like sheltered, because she's her backstory is relatively high class, right? Come from a wealthy family and all that. And I loved watching her from each game, going from like more, not jaded necessarily, but more hardened and more serious in a as the world basically is coming to an end. One of the best things I think was in the second game, when you first meet Liara again and you walk into her on a conference call and she goes something to the effect of, "Have you ever faced an Asari commando? I will flay you with my mind," or something like that. And I'm like, what happened to the archaeologist? That was the first game. That was great though. Lovely art. I love Tali because she's just trying to do her best.
Yeah,
she's just trying. And everybody love. I don't know about everybody. I love an underdog story. So the Quarians being this like outcast race, and like, there's something about like jury rigging and MacGyvering or something like the Quarians are known to do that I'm like, that's fun. Also, drunk Tali is so funny.
So funny.
So funny.
Oh my God.
I love in the third game when you have the Citadel DLC and she's drunk, she's going like this.
Yes.
With making the Normandy sound just ooh.
The Citadel DLC was so good.
Yeah. I love everybody just I'm a big fan of like, not slice of life necessarily, but like in a serious moment when everybody gets to unwind for a second, you just see everybody like kind of come together and be like, oh yeah, these are actual people and not just,
Yeah, I love that game. The character development is incredible.
Yes.
Getting to see how somebody started from the first game or the second game to the end in the Citadel DLC and then the ending of the third game is awesome.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Miranda going from a capital T terrorist, and now helping to save the world.
Capital T terrorist. It's true.
She's a human supremacist essentially, but she grows and she learns, and and then I also love Javik specifically for the fact that I love like soul survivor type. Like he is the failed like result of the last cycle. All his people died, right? And Protheans are all gone. He is the last guy, and he has to. One of my favorite quotes is Javik, and it's a bit of controversy, but it's where he goes something to the fact that he says, "Look at the ashes of 1 trillion dead souls and ask me if honor matters," or something like that. Being, like, whatever it takes to win, we're gonna do it. And I'm like, ouch, but also if you are the last person of your entire civilization, I see where you're coming from.
Right. Yeah, I get it. I do. I love there are a few games that I like love so much because of how not black and white they are, and Mass Effect is definitely
everybody's real fucked in some capacity.
Yeah, I know. My boy is Garrus.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Garrus.
Eternally doing calibrations.
I love him. Yeah, and Grunt. Those are my boys. I brought them everywhere. That was my team.
Grunt was so funny. Like just. And it's funny because he's not trying to be funny. He's just funny.
I want to protect him at all costs. Yeah. I kept making jokes like I'm going to do a quest with my boys. I would just bring Garrus and Grunt to everything, and then usually Edie or just someone that is a little more Healy based than the guns blazing of everyone else. But that's funny. Yeah. I mean, I love everybody though for so many reasons in that game. The only people I didn't like, did you pick Caden or Ashley?
I picked Ashley because from a coin toss.
Yeah, I did too.
I picked Ashley on the coin toss.
I also picked Ashley and also had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
Well, keep going.
Yeah, I think that is one thing about the first game. Is like I feel like you could have. There's a lot of. I feel like they could have benefited a little bit more from like exploring Caden and Ashley more as characters. So we have a clever choice.
Yeah.
Because I feel like especially if you speed run like the main quest line, you get to Vermont pretty quickly. And at that point, you're like, I don't know either of these guys. We're super so who cares? You know?
Yeah.
And
but I hated Ashley. I couldn't stand that bitch.
Yeah, I think I do think Ashley was a missed opportunity because her history is so interesting. As I feel like there's a missed opportunity of like having somebody who, got really screwed over in a societal sense by the war, the First Contact War, and having to learn from that and like exist. I feel like there could have been more from that. They didn't do that, but I feel like they could have made a lot more fun of a character.
I agree. But I kind of like that not everybody was awesome at the same time too.
No,
like,
for sure.
It was some people grew and changed and other people didn't.
Yeah.
And it's very reminiscent of real life, which is cool. It's also why I like The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Do you have any Mass Effect hot takes you'd like to share publicly on the internet?
Publicly on our internet right now, I will be forever annoyed of the hate that Andromeda got.
Oh yeah?
Yes. Because I think Mass Effect was such a beloved series that it suffered from that success.
Yeah.
Because people thought Andromeda immediately had the assumption that it's going to be this like huge, amazing thing.
Yeah.
Right. Which is like, I understand where that's coming from, but a lot of people didn't give it enough grace, I think. Yes, it was buggy at launch. Yes, it sucked. But like you take a look at other games that had Cyberpunk, horrendous at launch.
So bad.
It was horrendous.
It was crazy bad.
But look at it now, Phantom Liberty, arguably one of the best DLCs I've ever played ever.
I haven't played it yet. I want to really bad.
It's so good. But like Cyberpunk as a game now, eons better, like leagues better, right? Yeah. It grew so much. People were still like willing to keep with it.
Yeah.
Right. But whereas Andromeda, people saw it, and yes, it was real buggy and was real janky, but because of it, like we're not going to get the Quarian arcs going to Andromeda. We're not going to get the other council races, other like Hanar, Drell, all of the other potential got nipped is why I'm annoyed at it. And it's like we could have seen so much more from that like seg into the Andromeda galaxy, that because of all the hate, of course the devs are not going to be like, yeah, all the hate, we're not going to do it no more.
Yeah, it was so well received. Better make more content.
Yeah, I'm sad at the possibility of not being another one, continuation. So I'm like, that's where I'm like,
yeah.
And I played the game. I finished Andromeda. It was not the greatest game in the world, but it wasn't bad.
Well, yeah.
Like it was fine.
I've heard that as well. I haven't played it, but the first anything that I consumed about Andromeda online was that it was terrible, awful, horrific, don't do it. And then the more people I talk to in person and when I streamed it, all say that Andromeda is good. Not bad.
Yeah, it's like a solid 7, I would say. It's,
which, I mean, if you're a fan of the franchise, what more can you ask for?
Yeah.
Resident Evil's been putting out the exact same game thing over and over again for the entire franchise.
But also,
and we love that shit.
Yeah, listen, everybody loves Leon, no matter what sexuality. Everybody's Leon sexual. I swear by this.
That's so true.
You see the new trailer? He's the older Leon. I'm like,
yes, Daddy Leon.
Yeah,
we got baby girl Leon. We got Daddy Leon. Leon can do no wrong.
Yeah, it's not even a gripe. It's just like a change your hairstyle, man. you've had the same hairstyle since you were 20.
He's got a brand.
he's like I can't stop.
He's got a brand. Give me that emo swoop. Yeah. I'm in.
But still,
put him on
Leon,
Hear Me Out,
what is he, like 40 or 50 in a new game or something like that? And I was like,
something like
listen,
that.
Still with it. Still gets it.
Still with it.
Still gets
still
it.
Would.
Still would. Still gets it.
It's true though. It's true. It's true. So then what if we do get a Mass Effect adaptation, live action show, not a movie. It has to be a show.
Yeah, I feel like movie wouldn't work.
I agree. What do you think it needs to have for it to work?
I think number one, good prosthetics for the aliens. Yeah. I feel like we can't go with the CGI. I feel like we have to go like old Star Trek, like prosthetics. Like Star Wars did. Well, a lot of it was CGI, but like still prosthetics, right? Good prosthetics for aliens. Make them feel alien. That they're not human. Make them feel alien. Yeah. I feel like a lot of series have aliens that are just quote unquote alien, but actually they're just human. They're just different colored humans. I feel make them alien. Make their culture weird to us. Maybe it doesn't mesh well. Like the Turians, their entire race is militarized. Make them rigid. Make them disciplines. Make every Turian you meet have that something's like, oh yeah, they're not human. They don't abide by the same philosophies that we do. So that obviously cool space battles and space, architecture, Citadel, right? All that. I want to see cool cinematic shots. But I think, just don't. As I feel like the passion is a lot of it. If the people who are doing the show are like into the, as fans, and I'm like, okay, I kind of trust it, even if it's maybe not the story I wanted to see. I would, but I think I'm at the point where like I'll take whatever. Yeah, I just want to see a Mass Effect show, man.
Yeah,
give me Game of Thrones. Give me like a spy, like Agents of Shield type stuff. Like give me anything. I'll take it.
Yeah. Would you rather it be like Fallout, where it's kind of in the universe with a different-ish story, or would you rather it come to life one-to-one?
Definitely. I don't think they should Shepard story.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they should do Shepard's story because of the reason how it's built. Because the RPG, you're allowed to make so many choices,
right?
And everybody who's played the game, their Shepard is their own.
Yeah.
So I feel like it is a disservice to the players if we try to have a Shepard act a certain way. Even if they're a good Shepard, Paragon Shepard, a lot of people who played Paragon would be like, yes, I'm with it. But the people who play Renegade wouldn't, right? So I think the easiest, we're not going to satisfy everybody doing a Shepard story, so I don't think we should do that at all.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many other cool aspects of it. Like, give me a series of Anderson and Saren. How because they had history, they had beef before.
Yeah.
How Anderson wasn't the first human Spectre. Like, give me a show about that. How did that turn out? Why did that happen?
Yeah.
Right, give me that. Give me a like like Pirates of the Caribbean style, like Terminus system, like pirate warlord, like type of a thing. Give me Arya and Omega, right? So I do think they should not touch Shepard's story.
Yeah, I agree.
Either having it beforehand or just out somewhere where it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's a great point. Having to make your own choices is such a huge part of that game. I never thought about that until you just said it. That's a really good point. I hope it's good. I heard also that we're getting a BioShock
I know.
situation. Don't know much about it, so
Yeah,
I
but
don't know how to feel.
I'm tentatively excited for anything that may happen.
Me too.
But it is so funny to me that like now we're getting the older IPs now
Yeah.
resurging,
Mhm.
you know, like BioShock, you know, like even Fallout, even though there's new Fallout games, right? Like I feel like Fallout as a franchise is so well established. Like, oh, they're making a Fallout show now, you know? When I
Yeah.
first saw it, I was like, now,
Mhm.
yeah, I think that would be fun.
Yeah. Well, I feel like these are like the giants, right? Like the anime big three, but like the video game
Yeah.
big like franchises. We have Fallout, we have
Yeah.
BioShock, we
Yep.
have Mass
Yep.
Effect, Last of Us,
Yeah, even Skyrim, Elder Scrolls, right?
Skyrim,
Yeah.
Halo. Yeah, I feel like we've got these pillars. So I am tentatively excited about BioShock. I really hope they do it justice. I think
Yeah.
it'd be such a cool show or movie, whatever they end up doing.
Yeah.
I also saw that we're doing another Resident Evil
Yeah.
movie.
Which is funny to me.
Yeah.
Like again, I think for me, I'm a fan of if the media and the product exists, I'm kind of like, okay, there's somewhere, even if the movie or whatever isn't great, there's somebody that's gonna like it. And
Yeah.
I kind of like, there is some Resident Evil fan or BioShock fan or whatever fan out there be like cheering their heads off, being like, I got this, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's worth
More content. Yeah.
some people just feed me more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's worth. Not everything has to be critically acclaimed. Not everything has to be. I feel like right now a lot of media, the issue with a lot of media, both in shows and movies, but I think also games too. Like people try to make the next, you know, Witcher series, the next GTA series, the next, you know, like Game of Thrones, right? But it's like I feel like we're missing a lot of like B tier, like just feel good, you know, like you don't need to think about it a lot. Just like this is perfectly serviceable. It's not mid. It's like, you know, 6 to 8 range, you know, shows and movies or games. You'd be like, this is fun. This is a good time.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, not people, but companies will try to make it to all the way, like get the most return or whatever.
Yeah.
And they end up flopping because they can't get that, you know.
Right.
And it's like, double A is fine, you know.
Right. Yeah, that is fair. I mean, that just speaks to corporate greed, though. I'm excited about. I'm one of the Resident Evil fans who will eat up anything I get. So I'm just really excited that there's something happening in general. I always will be. But did you see Weapons, the movie?
I saw bits and pieces of it. I've heard it was ruined.
What?
I've heard it was good.
It was good.
Okay.
I liked it.
I all the clips I saw was those the kid actors freaking, or can I curse? I can curse.
Yeah.
Fucking killing it. Freaking running. It was so funny.
Yeah.
When they're chasing, or the house scene, right? Where there's one girl I think just ran right through her window and she just kept going. I was like, girl, you need to go be a football player.
It's so funny. It was so good. It was such a good movie. But are you familiar with The Whitest Kids You Know?
Mm-mm.
It's like an old I want to say like pre-2010s almost comedy troupe.
Okay.
And they used to do all of these like skit videos like before TikTok was even a thing, type like funny bits.
Yeah.
Kind of SNL-y.
Right. Okay. I'm getting the sphere of where I'm placing these guys. Okay.
Yeah, and their name was called The Whitest Kids You Know. And they had like a YouTube channel or something. But the director of that movie was one of them. Oh. So I was going to say if you were familiar with them.
No, but
he was one of them.
That makes sense though.
Yeah.
Like from how it feels fun in that sort of a way. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's directing the Resident Evil movie.
Oh,
That's where this all ties together.
I see. Okay.
We're getting around.
It all came full circle.
Yeah.
No, I think Resident Evil as a franchise needs a little campiness to it. Like
I agree.
A little. I feel like if you're too serious about the like how like Umbrella's this like shady corporation, like yes, but also I can't ever see like Tyrannosaurus Rex acting bust into a wall without like meme music, like TikTok music in the back as he freaking slams through the wall or something. Like I feel like Resident Evil just has a little campiness that you kind of have to embrace.
It's so true. They really do. And Leon's little dad joke one-liners all the time.
It's a little dumb, but it's dumb fun.
Yeah, but they're self-aware.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. So yeah, I think I'm hoping there's some interviews he did about it that seemed promising.
Okay. Tentatively excited.
Yeah. Tentatively excited for all of it.
Yes, indeed.
I agree. I am the same way. Is Mass Effect your favorite franchise, would you say?
It's pretty up there. Cyberpunk's gotten up there recently as well. Yeah, Mass Effect, Star Wars, of course, I've always been into. Franchise-wise, I mean, Warhammer, I've gone more into recently as well. I mean, I've been tangentially into it, but like in the last couple of years, I've gotten more into it. Both in the fantasy and 40K. So that's been a fun franchise for me. What else? I mean, Fallout, of course. I like just generic fantasy stuff too. I mean, Lord of the Rings. We all love Lord of the Rings.
Right.
Those are always fun.
Yeah. Some good ones,
Yes.
I'd say.
Yeah, I feel like I'm listening to the top, like the most critically acclaimed of the last like. But I was like,
But
hey, listen, but they're good. Yeah, they're good for a reason.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Did you play Baldur's Gate since you're into D&D? What did you think?
I liked it. I fell into the trap. So I never actually finished it because I
didn't either.
I fell into the trap of like making new characters and like playing new builds. So I'll get to a certain point like, I kind of want to try a new thing, and I'll go back and do it again. So I think I have like a bunch of many hundreds of hours into it, but I think probably solid half of that is in Act 1, just in around the grove, just trying.
Let me run this back.
trying new things and you know, letting the windmill send the guy into the stratosphere.
Yep. Yeah, I never finished it either because I got to Act 3 and there's so much to do and see, and I'm like weird completionist where I want to go in every building and open every drawer, and
I'm horrible at. Okay, I'm also a completionist, so I have a really bad tendency for games where if I start the game, I have to finish it because of the greatest like Assassin's Creed Syndicate I started, and I played that every day, and then because I was a completionist, so I wanted to do everything. I even have like the map open and be like, did I miss anything, you know? And I went on vacation. It was a couple years ago. Went on vacation, came back, forgot about the game, and I just never played it again. I was like 60% through, like completion 60%, forgot about it. And every time I still have it downloaded, and every like couple weeks I'll see it in my like Steam library. I was like, I should.
A pain point.
But like I like forgot half the story already, so I feel like if I go back I have to restart.
Yeah,
and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
I know what you mean.
So for games, especially story-based games, I have to do it basically in one continuous sitting over several, you know, like like one, like I can't play other games
uninterrupted.
Yeah.
Thought process.
Exactly, because if the instant I know, because I've done this many years, if when I stop playing it, that's it. I can't go back to it because I'll forget about it.
Yeah, that is exactly what happens to me every time as well. I got to the very end of Baldur's Gate, like the Act 3 bit where I have one of the final quests, but I wanted to make sure I did everything before I finished it.
Talk to all the people.
And I romanced Will, which I've gotten a lot of shit for. You guys can all suck my dick. I know he's boring, but he's stable and nobody else is. So I love Will, and he trying to save his dad. Did you get to that mission?
But I did end up going back and just watching people play the game because
Oh,
I know
yeah.
I was like, I'm never gonna get here. I'm just gonna watch people do it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a crazy mission that is really, 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 really hard. And I tried it a couple times and failed it and was like, let me go around and get a bunch of speed potions so I can go multiple turns. Um, and then spent so long in town sleeping, going back to the merchants, buying them out, sleeping, going back to the merchants, buying them out, that I like burnt myself out from the game and put it down and then never picked it back up again.
And then suddenly it's like 4 months later, like, oh wait.
Yeah, and now I feel like so much time has passed that I don't remember how to play, and I would have to, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to restart. I put like 300 hours into one character, so one day I'll get back to it, and then it's been like 2 years.
Yeah, it's one of those where like if I'm like ever just horrendously sick and I have like
lots
just
of
at
downtime.
home, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'm hoping that one day I will get back to it. I think I will, but we'll see. If you could recommend a video game to somebody, which one would you recommend?
That's not Mass Effect.
It could be Mass Effect.
Depends on what they want. I think anything story-based, Mass Effect is great. Specifically Legendary Edition, because it's nicely all come together in one. I mean, that's one of them. For story-wise, I think you can do a lot of fun with Skyrim if you're a fan of like modular, right? Because there's so many mods that you can put down and you can really customize that game to be what you want it to be. You know, there's so many times where I mean I have like I think 1,000 something hours in Skyrim, and all of that. You know, sometimes I don't even go do any of the main quests. I just run around doing side stuff, and I think that's modular style if that's what you want. I mean, I usually tend to trail towards single player games, so that's what I would say probably Mass Effect or Skyrim.
I think so too. I love Mass Effect. Well, because you do D&D, do you DM? Do you prefer DMing or do you prefer playing?
I didn't have a choice.
Okay.
I am afflicted by what some might call the forever DM affliction. But no, I don't mind it at all. I think for me, I've done both. But most of my time in DMing, and I don't maybe I've like Pavloved myself into liking DMing. But I think I prefer it more because part of my enjoyment of D&D, I mean, I like world building, so I like creating characters and and creating a world and thinking of all the stuff. But also part of my enjoyment is, sorry if any of my players are watching this,
Nico,
I'm never sorry. But I really like screwing with them
every DM, but in a fun,
in a fun story way. You know, I don't not like the rock falls, everybody dies, but like but like a if there's something in their backstory that like maybe they're like, oh, I've been waiting for this. I like to casually be like, like yap, mention. Something really plot relevant, and just drop it in there. Sometimes I'll see out of the corner of my eye, they're like, they mentioned something about my thing.
See if they're paying attention.
And it's so fun, and I love like thinking of weird backstory things and like weird monsters. I love creeping them out. Anybody who's been in my games know that. Even though me personally, I don't watch horror movies, I like horror tropes. Specifically, okay, let me backtrack slightly. I like horror very specifically. I like psychological horror, like eldritch horror, like SCP, huge into it. Weird back rooms, like just stuff that something just like.
I just got introduced to SCP actually.
Oh, yeah, it's a great rabbit hole to be in. And a lot of my D&D monsters have come from SCPs.
Really?
Yeah. So
I have been doing some voice acting here and there, and I got cast in an SCP animated series.
Oh, nice.
And I am some crazy unicorn girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had to learn all about it
Yeah.
before
No,
I
things are
recorded
weird.
the lines.
Yeah.
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 It's pretty,
That's what I think.
wild.
We can be weird, and that's the fun part.
Mhm.
And I like watching my player. Like, I'm the kind of person that like watches other people react to stuff.
Mhm.
I have like secondhand enjoyment from that. So whenever I throw in like a weird, creepy monster, or like something happens, and I watch all my players going, you know, like that's where I derive most of my enjoyment from.
Yeah. Getting the reactions, the emotional. Yeah. What's the craziest thing that you've done to them? Or a highlight, would you say?
Highlights. It's quite a few that are fun. Oh, okay. So I have a couple. Funny enough, both of these are relevant to Nico, which is really funny.
Love Nico. We're a Nico fan.
Yeah, we are a Nico fan here.
On this channel.
Both of them relevant to them. One of them is in my past campaign, because Nico's been playing D&D with me for years and years now. They've been most of my games. Great person.
I'm going to interrupt you for just a second. Nico has been my go-to hire for any cosplay deadlines that I have. So Nico's been in the thick of it with me here in the warehouse till like 2 a.m. trying to finish costumes. And I can't say enough nice things about Nico. So just for context, but keep going.
So their character at the time was they were in a extra dimensional space, and their character wanted to accidentally they wanted it to just vent and yell as their character would do. Accidentally at level 4 or 5, I think it was 5, level 5, accidentally contacted a god, and it was the funniest thing. It was one of those where, so in my games, Nico is known for having great luck with D100 rolls. So they either always get super low, or like will lock down 100. Basically, if something was up to chance, Nico's gonna roll that chance and get it.
Oh my god,
it's the funniest thing. But so one of the other player characters, their patron goddess was Umberly, so got a minor goddess of the sea and all that stuff, right? So there, Nico's character was in a pool and in this extra dimensional space. The fabric of reality was thin, rolled absurdly low and managed to essentially come face to face with the goddess, and almost got smited for it. It was the funniest thing. That was one of them. More recently, with the same same player, different character. So I'm also a huge Naruto fan. I have Akatsuki rings on right now.
Nice.
I managed to make their character into a Jinchuriki by shoving a dragon into them. So they have a dragon sealed in their stomach, and it was the funniest thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so they have dragon powers, and it's great.
It's like Kirby.
Yeah, kind of unwilling.
An unwilling Kirby.
Unwilling Vord dragon.
Oh my god, that's so awesome. Well, I try to at least ask for some sort of tip at some point.
Okay.
So if somebody wanted to play D&D and have never played before, what tips would you give them to start if they were about to start in a game for the first time? Okay,
like they've already committed to a game? Okay. I think one of the best things is, because I know one of the big difficulties a lot of people have is, what do I play? How do I play a character? What do I play? And my favorite thing to tell them is, pick your favorite like superhero or anime protag, whatever, be them. Make a D&D character based on them. And if you really, let's say you're really into My Hero, and make a character like Deku or Bakugo or somebody, right? And it's such an easy way to get somebody invested in terms of like, how do I play my character? It's like, well, if you're a fan of, Bakugo or Todoroki or Naruto or Ichigo or whoever, you know how they would act probably. Play as them.
Yeah.
And it's so easy, and you don't have to create your own OCs. Just be like, yeah, I want to be Luffy today. And that's I think that's an easy way to get into it.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I think character creation is very intimidating.
Yeah,
it was for
very
me.
intimidating. It was like, your favorite character.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, yay. Thank you so much for joining me
Of
today.
course.
I really appreciate your time. Please let everybody know where to find you online and what exciting things you have coming up.
Oh, yeah, of course. So my Instagram is where I primarily do my stuff at. It is at CentauriWest. It's the Centauri, Centauri, like the star system, and West, spelled like the cardinal direction. So that is where people can find me in terms of stuff coming up. Well, maybe you guys can hold me accountable if I ever make that power armor. You're like, somebody will message me every 3 months maybe to be like, hey, have you finished that power armor yet?
Yeah, right? I posted that in 2026, I also finally wanted to make Mass Effect armor. So maybe we could hold each other accountable.
Okay, so backtrack. We're doing a crew then.
Okay.
We're backtracking.
Can I be FemShep?
Yes.
Yay!
So backtrack. We're doing a crew. Screw the power armor. We're back in Mass Effect, baby.
Let's go. All right. So I heard you also like to beat people up.
Okay.